So, welcome for the last session. So, I don't see any reaction from people who want to be admitted to the group. So, I think we can start, right, Benjamin? Good, Wilson. Yeah. So, I'm going to start from where I stopped yesterday with the other group. I think this is where most of us are. Okay. And from that, we can, add more styling to our dashboard, and then I'll be showing you some small tricks, how to present your dashboard, and how to also create links, create links for your dashboard. So this is what we did yesterday with the parallel group we were running, Benjamin and I, and I'm very sure most of us are on this page. Okay, so most of us uh, we we were able to create the data model. So once you have the data model, what follows is that you create your pivot tables. As you can see, I separated pivot tables and the dashboards. Okay, so you won't be having that. Last time when I came up with the first dashboard, I was to hide some data so that you can see graphics only. But when you put things separately, it's better. I'm going to mute. I'm going to mute Emmanuel. Yes. Yeah. So you can put your dashboards, one after another, or leave enough place so that one dashboard, no, one pivot table could not, affect. Uh, Sometimes you may want to add more variables or more columns, and if there is a pivot table somewhere here, it will destroy it. And then the corresponding chart will just disappear. All right. So yeah, to avoid those things, leave enough spaces. You can even add more worksheets for your pivot tables. So yeah, basically yesterday we came up with two visuals. So the first one is among each accessory, no, each product category with their corresponding net amount. Okay. So how did we do that? We just inserted, you go to insert. So I assume all of us have the data model now. So you insert, and then you choose where exactly your pivot table should sit. So let me say that you can sit here without any, you can leave maybe two lines. In case maybe you add more accessories, it won't affect the following pivot table. So you click the two lines or three. It's up to you. It's how you organize your visuals. I'm going to admit people again. Yes. So yeah, you insert a pivot table from your model. Yeah, and this is where it should start. And then you say okay. Yeah. So you just choose the variable, the main variable you want to for instance, have information about. If you want, you can say you want products. We have like 15 of them, and then for each product, what is the corresponding net amount? For instance, this one thing. You can click on product from the table of products. So you have the list of all products, and you can also say, okay, from those products, I want the unit. Then you look for the unit, the net amount. You can click on the net amount. So the net amount comes as this, right? Yeah. So you may also decide to change, the currency and yeah, so that it looks good. Or instead of 15,000, you may decide also to have like 15K. If it is, in the order of millions, you can say 1M, 2M. You can also customize it this way in Excel. Anything is possible, right? So this is something. If you want to add, uh, like if you want to disaggregate it by product categories, like now you don't know where exactly. We can also add it as another variable. So how do you do that? You can just when you click on the pivot table, everything comes back. You can look for the category. Then you have it under two tables. You may either take this one or this. They are linked. So let me say, let me put category under column. So now, if you do this way, what does it mean? It means that this is for accessories. This is the only product that correspond to accessory. For furniture, you have this guy and the other ones. And for lighting, you have only two items. And for peripherals, you have this, and this, and this, and in stationery. Yeah. This could also be turned into a visual. Yeah, this could be a visual. But now, will it make sense to have a visual like this? If I have something like this, it doesn't actually make any sense. So you may say, okay, let me put the category on top of product. Now I can see clearly. I can see things clearly. Now, for these accessories, I have the list of accessories here, you know, and then furnitures, I have now furniture. You see, instead of putting it in columns, that will give you a big matrix and very, very difficult to read. You may have the main, category on top, and then the subcategory under it, and then the corresponding numeric, um, corresponding numeric column you want to aggregate. It should be on under value. So yeah, Sada is just joining. We don't know if Sada will be on the same page. Join up.
Having trouble. I was having trouble in bringing back that thing of adding those accessories and other things. You clicked on
Mm,
the row labels, but for me it
mm.
doesn't work. To bring back the other place where you get the other attributes.
You mean
Yeah, like that, like just now. How to
dragging and dropping?
no, no,
Uh,
bring this pivot table
oh,
fields.
this.
Yes, you just click on row labels, but
Yeah,
for
yeah.
me, it doesn't do anything.
Uh-uh. No, please show because now I don't know. Show your screen, show your screen so I can understand. Today we have to move faster because we have a couple of things to cover so that you will be ready to defeat. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Can you expand it? Can you expand it? your Excel. Oh, click on the pivot. No, I didn't say double click, just one click. Okay, doesn't bring it. Can you go to ah? So how did it disappear?
I moved it myself.
Ah no, now you're in trouble. Can you go to view? Most of the things they are under view. View.
Yeah.
Um, try to click on navigation. I don't know if maybe it is not navigation. Mhm. Or
Well,
try to
let me
insert.
do undo.
No, yeah, for instance.
Oh.
Mm-mm. Redo. So try to add another one. I click elsewhere and then do insert from your model. Then once it activates, you move to the other, the previous one. Yeah. Now click on the previous one. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Good. You can stop and then present. All right. Hey, someone is trying to enter. Christopher. Sorry, Christopher. I was trying to fix some issues. Yeah. So now, if you want to have the exact pivot table as mine, people are coming in. Oh, la, la. Okay. So now, if you take the category or you look for it, there is this search button here. Sorry, I'm looking wrong. That search button, this one. You can search any variable from it. So if you want to have also category before product, you can just drag category and drop it, on top of it. You know, if you want to put it back, it's just like this. If you want to bring it in the pivot, you just carry it. If you put it under, you are going to see that your pivot table will not make sense at all. Okay, but if category is accessory and the three furnitures and so on. So they are classified. Yes, Joshua. Joshua.
Yes, I have a question. I'm struggling to find the pivot
Mm.
table.
Mm. So I believe you already
I
got
have
to.
this.
Did you get to the level of creating your model, your data model?
Yes, I did.
All right. If you were able to create your data model, the only thing to do is that you can have a new sheet, and then you can name it pivots two. So I have just for explanation sake for you alone. We have pivots. If you
So,
so
so
if
how
you are
can
using,
uh-huh.
you just go to insert. Okay, insert. If you
Mm.
insert, then you have pivot table, and then you'll be having a drop down. Most of like most of
I
buttons they
can't
have like two.
I can't click on it and can't work. I don't know why.
Hmm. Okay, now when you go to power pivot and manage, what do you see? Do you see data?
Okay. Okay, let me power pivot, manage.
Do you see data like the way you are seeing it, and you can see the
Yeah, I
diagram?
see
And then,
data like
can you see
Monday,
what the
Tuesday.
diagram?
I'm seeing Monday, Tuesday.
What if you click on the diagram like this? Diagram view.
Let me
Do you
see.
also have the diagram view the way I have?
Yes, I do have that.
Ah, so close.
Mm-hmm.
So you are in the same, yeah. So everything is okay. You just click in any cell
Mm-hmm.
like this, and you go to insert, and you see pivot table.
Okay, let me close.
So now you are not just going to click on top, but there is a drop down, and you have three options. You can select
Oh, okay.
from a module. Okay,
Then from mode, okay.
yeah, from data model. Is that okay?
Yeah,
Yeah, this is how it looks.
I,
So the summary table will be here, and then if you go to the left, to the right, now going to see the pivot table field. Now you can
yeah, I have
select,
that.
yeah. So how much did I make by category? So you choose category. When you click, it goes to rows directly. And now
Oh,
if you
okay.
want to send any number, you can say net.
To find category, I found it where?
Hmm? You see the
Category,
search.
where will I?
Do you see the search here?
Yeah, yes, I see.
Sorry. Yeah, on top of the under the pivot table fields, you have a search button. If you don't want to open each data table, like if you don't want to open a table and then check whether there's a variable in it, just search the name of the variable.
Okay, I
Like
got it.
if I
Thank you.
want category, yeah, then you can now use drag and drop, or when you click, it goes to
Yeah,
category.
okay.
Yeah, you can say, okay, let me also find products. So product is here. When I click, it goes under category, right?
Mm,
Yeah, yeah. And now I can take a numeric variable from the cells. So I can say, okay, let me now for each category and product, I need to have the total profit or the net amount by category and product. So you can also look for the net amount since it is variable. Numeric, the pivot table will detect how to put it. You see, it's
okay.
directly under value. Hmm?
Thank you, I
Then
got
you
it.
will have, yeah, you will now have this. And if you want, you can insert now if you want to insert a visual, you go to pivot table analyze, and then you see the pivot chart here,
Okay.
pivot chart. Once you click on pivot chart, you'll have now a suggestion. This is a suggestion from where it is suggested, and you can decide to have maybe something customized for yourself. If you want, I can say if it is better looking, or let me have a column. Yeah, it's up to you. I think column is good. Bar is kind of not looking good. So yeah, column, and then I can say okay. So you find the okay button down here. Then you click on it. That's it. And then you can try to customize it, add more color, and so you have the design. Okay, you can go to design and choose any design that is good looking for you. So you can go for this one if you want. So you have also this one. Yeah. Then you can even decide to close this and take care of your visual, or you can, if you click somewhere here, you can click somewhere here and then do Control X to cut the graphic. You can cut it and then go to the dashboard, so you can be able to drop it somewhere in the dashboard. So I'm going to close and put it somewhere here in the dashboard. Yeah, and start arranging things this way. Yeah. Now, in terms of title, yeah, even you see the category, whatever, you can move them out. So you go to pivot, analyze again, and then hide those things. Yeah, it will make more space. This total doesn't make sense. You can just click on it and hit on the delete button, and it goes. Yeah. Then what else? Yeah, you see, normally they should be in dollars. So you can go back to the pivot table and just, if you double click on the variable name like this, if you double click, you can have the possibility to yeah, instead of sum of net amount, you can just say net amount this way. And number formats, you can change it into currency. So if you don't want currency, you can say, okay, let me just have this. If you want to have a custom something with you can do this. You can, if you do number, and then no, I wanted to add that. Yeah, it should be something that looks like this. And then I can add a dollar sign, and here, if I say K, maybe it will bring it up. Let me try that. No, it's not good. Yeah, it's not far from that. Let me do Control Z, double click again, and then you go back. And the number formatting, custom. So what did I do wrong? So if I get yeah, let me search it a little bit. I had it. I'm going to do a quick search. I had it in the other workbook, and I thought I'll just access it and show you how it is. So 10,000s. If someone wants to admit, okay, 10,000s to in Excel. So they give us the pattern, and yeah, you can just copy and go format it over there. Yeah, should be exactly this way. So I don't know, I was not far from it. Didn't work. Yeah, it's hash. So you have to put dollar sign before hash. So you hash comma hash hash 0 comma and then k. Yeah, then we get it. Yeah, let's go back. So I'm going to say, let me try to customize this one, and then I can copy and paste. So yeah, you take one of them and then you can copy and paste, or you can edit them. You can just get one. You can just click on one like this and you say dollar and say dollar. Sorry, what is dollar? Dollar and then hash. What is hash? I don't find where hash is. Yeah, so I'm working in the virtual machine, so sorry. So I'm going to get this one. Yeah, hash is okay. Okay. So I'm going to just add comma and then k k like this, and add a dollar sign. Yeah. So if I do okay and okay. Oh, what? What's wrong? No, this is not what I want.
I think the comma is after 0.
Should be this one.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me try again. So number custom and then I just copy and paste. Yeah, AI can also help you better than what I'm doing now. Yes. I missed out the dollar sign. Let me go back. Just have to put a dollar sign in front of it. Yeah, use AI is allowed. Even yes. Now it is better. So you can also discover how to do millions, and yeah, it will reduce things directly in the dashboard. If you check here, now it is 200K. Yeah, if you don't want to have like point zero, you can even decide to remove it. Like if you don't want any decimal number, you can decide to remove it. Then I'm going to just, instead of 0.0, I can just do 0 like this, and that will, yeah. So there's no decimal number. Now this is better than what was like eating too much place somewhere here, and you can see that the graphic has even expanded a little bit, and so that you can see it clearly. So you can adjust it this way and start now making it beautiful like this. You can say net amount, sorry, net amount by category and the product. Yeah. So if you want to bring, yeah, if you feel like those bars are not talking, you can do right click on them and then add labels. This will also bring those numbers, yeah. And if you don't want, those lines, those white lines, you can just click on one like this. Let me click. So you click until they are, yeah, they appear like this. Until you see dot 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 dot, you can just click on delete to delete the lines, so that if you don't want them. Yeah. So I think this is something that can speak by itself, and you can even rank if within each category to know which one is top one or which ones are top one and two. Go up to the pivot table and just right click and do sorting, and from small to big, and then yeah. Or if you want to rank them on x-axis, I think the second one is the best. So you would see the biggest first, followed by second one, and so and so. Yeah. Now it is ranked by category. So in the category of furnitures, you see the top two are, yeah, they are even the same family. Vertex is standing this, so all about chairs, you know, and so and so. Okay. Yeah, this is a good visual already. So you may decide to finish with the visuals and then add the slices later. Okay. Yeah, so adjustments, you are the one to adjust if you want big visuals or small ones. It's up to you. All right. So imagine one scenario again. If you want to, for instance, have maybe a circle again for, let's say, you know, we have also the regions represented. If you want also to add like a region here, you know, like a pie chart for regions, yeah, you may go to any of the two tabs, either here or here. Just go insert one pivot table from a data model, and yeah, just click OK. Now I want also to see the statistics by region. All right. So if I click like this, I can now see regions appearing. Now I can also take regions and put them into the filter. All right. And then I will say, okay, that brings issues. So let me not do that. Let me delete this from this field. You can say, okay, let me put the regions here, but what am I doing? No. Let me put the regions here, or instead of region, I can even go for country. Let's go for country, it's even better. So by country, how much do I make? So let me say I don't want the blank ones in the statistics, so I can remove blank ones. So as I told you before, there was cells. We had cells without with blank customer IDs, and this is what is bringing the blank ones. We don't know where to classify them. So you can decide to remove them. Yeah, to have specific country names, or if you still want your boss, or if you still want to have those statistics of blank where we didn't see any customer name, can maintain them there. And now we need a value here. So if you want to know how much time did we sell, you know, like the number of orders by country, this is doable. You can just look for the order variable. So if you drag and drop here, it is going to give you the number of orders by country. Okay, you can double click and say, yeah, let me no sum. You can say, all right, let me just say total orders. So I rename it as total orders by country, and I can click OK. I don't know why it is not working. Total orders. Later on, I will show you a very sophisticated way of, you know, instead of double clicking and and editing like this, there's a sophisticated way of writing what we call a DAX. So DAX, which means data analysis expressions in Excel. So that's formulas. They will just bring the name of the variable automatically and add it as a column, just using a formula. Okay, I will show you two formulas. Yeah. Okay. And I was calling you that. So, so you have total orders. Let me put an S here. I should keep it. Hello. All right. Yeah. So for Ghana, we received like as 261, orders. Kenya 426, and so and so. And now you can also have corresponding, total amount, the amount received. So you can also look for the net one, and you drag it again under value. So if you put it on top of this one, they will swap positions. This will come before total order. Then you can double click again and rename. Okay. You can say total net amount. And I don't know if we can find it again. Where are you? Yeah, it's here. This one. Well, I think it is that one, right? Let me try. Yeah, it's that one. So this is a nice summary table. You see or if you want, you can say, okay, you can swap positions like this. For this number of orders, we were able to receive this amount of money. So this could also give you an idea whether the number of orders is proportional to the total net amount. Yeah. And if you want to visualize it, you can also do that. Go to pivot chart for this. Yeah. Now, there's something very cool in Excel, which is what we call a combo plot. This is this one. For a given categorical variables, you can combine two lines. So it means that instead of just having one vertical, how do you call it, axis like this, you can have two axes. All right. So I can decide that, okay, let me have maybe the total orders as lines also, and also the total amounts probably as column. Okay, like this. And now I'm going to send total orders as a second axis. So I don't know if you have ever seen such a graphic before. Okay. So now this gives you an idea, maybe the more we have orders, the more it generates income. Okay. When you have less orders, you have also less income, so they are proportional. All right. You may also decide to change the type to make them line plots. Like if you want to change so instead of a cluster or whatever, you can also say this should be also a line. So you can see that they are following each other. the two lines are following each other. Yeah, or you can say, let me make orders as column, and then yeah, and total amounts as is. Yeah, it's up to you to customize. So those are the amounts, and you have a second axis here, which is also the total orders. So you may say, okay, let me go for this graphic, which is already having like a black background, and before that I can remove those unnecessary things by hiding them. Yeah. Then I go to design to also have data labels added on top. Yeah. So if you feel like the legend is not making much sense, you should put legend somewhere. If you want to change the position of the legend, you have this one, layout. The layout, you may decide to have the legend up. So just, yeah, this is putting it down. All right. Yeah. So you choose the shortcut that gives you, if this is better for you, or this one. Yeah, it's up to you. So let me select this one, and then I'm going to cut it. So if you want to cut, just click on the edge. Don't click on the graph. Click on the edge like this, and then you can do Control X to take it to the dashboard. Yeah. So the idea was to have another pie plot, but I change my mind all the time. So means that it depends on what you want the data to communicate to you. So we are speaking the language of data. Okay. So yeah, let me put it somewhere here so I can have another vision. Okay. So I can right click on the bars and bring data labels. And also, if I want, I can change the title this way, and I say total amount versus total orders. Yeah, and this is something that can yeah, give a good indicator that yeah, the more we have orders from Ghana, for instance, it generates more income. The more we have orders, the more we have money, and which is right. If you don't sell, how are you going to see money? But with other plots, you will see that yeah, even though we have a high number of orders, but the money is still small. Means that maybe the unit prices are not big. So you may also encounter those kind of scenarios. All right. Yeah. Think of anything that you want to do. And why do I want everything to be like in black? I don't know if you visited HIC, the HIC headquarters. The RHIC, the Rwanda Health Intelligence Center. When you see their dashboards, they are all black. You just see colors. You have your own HIC dashboard in your in your computer, on your computer. Yeah. All right. So yeah. So now you can see white here. If you want, you can say, okay, let me even make the background of my dashboard looking black. So you can still make it. You can select the range like this. You can stop here and let's say fill it. There's this fill. You can fill it in maybe gray, black. Now you have everything in black. Okay. So black background gives nice visuals.
Can you repeat how you put the background?
So you just select columns like this, as if you are selecting data. Okay. And you go to the filler here. Then you can choose any background. If you want it blue, yeah. Is that okay? Now, last time I told you we should also have a nice title for our dashboard. So you may just say, okay, let me select from here to this place, and this should be my title. All right, have a look. So you just write on the first line, and then say this is my title. All right, and then you select from A to where you want it to stop. Yeah, and this is because it is Excel. In Power BI, it is given for free. So when you will be taking Power BI, you'll be like, ah, Lema wasted our time. Mm. Yeah, so this is this is yeah, it is centered. So because it is by default is merge and center. Mm. Now it is centered. You can decide now to make it big. So you just click on it and increase the volume. No, not the volume, the font size. Like this. Okay. And you can maybe add time New Romance if you want, or if you want, you can say let it be century. I like this one, century Gothic. Century Gothic is so beautiful. Yeah. Then you can also make it bold. Yeah. Yeah, it's just design. And instead of having this one as black, you can say, okay, let me make it a little bit gray. Yeah. Then yeah. And something that is also cool is that you can also click on the first row like this, and add, go to and move, but you can freeze like the top row, like this one. Now, if you scroll your graphics, the title of your dashboard will remain intact. Okay. This is also, yeah, just the design, and yeah. So you can even use this place to, I don't know, if you want to add comments, like, so you can go to home again, and yeah, let me just take half of it, because I want to put the slicers on top of this one. So just imagine your design. So let me say this one will be a text place. So I'm going to merge and center, and make it probably white if I want, or maybe any other color. Like, let me make it white like this, and say, and now you can start writing. But before you write, you can say, okay, let me choose this. All right, people are still joining. Today I'm going to be a bit selfish. Huh? I'm not going to, since we have videos, I'm going to rush until we cover everything, and then yeah, you will discover things when you receive the Capstone project. So yeah, when you are inside the merge area, you can say, okay, let me start from align left and then put it on top. Then you can just write as if you were in a Word document. Now, so this dashboard presents yeah, blah 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 blah. And then you comment things like this. You can increase the font size, and yeah, okay. You choose your design and make it make things happen. Now slices. Last time I told you, slices also give you a way of having dynamically things appearing. Like if I choose for any country or any region, then I will have this graph specific for the regions that belong to a specific country. Or if I want information about a certain quarter or 1 or 2 quarters, I have that possibility to do that selection using a slicer. So if I go to Power Pivot, no, not Power Pivot. If I go to my, if I click on one of those pivot tables, I have the possibility to get this menu. So on this menu, you can now be able to insert a slicer. So when you are on a specific pivot table, the slicer will be pointing to it, but you can now change the connection to other slices, other pivot tables. So let me say, okay, I'm going to consider first of all the variable of quarters. So quarter is from the table of calendar. Or so let me say on the first quarter. Yeah. If I click on quarter, now I'm going to create. So slices, they are for categorical variables. Okay. So I'm going to create yeah, a slicer like this for quarters. So now you can click up here or even on the title, and then you can do Control X, means cut it and then move it to the dashboard. So now you will receive this kind of warning. Do you move it with the content, or how are you going to? If you say without, it will be a problem. So you just say paste everything. So if you paste everything now, your slicer will come with everything. Okay. So if you feel like this is not the right place to put it, you have spaces. You can move it here. You can put it here. It's up to you. Or I may decide to add. If you right click on maybe 8 like this, right click, you can insert one line to make space, and then you put it here. So I have a slicer. Now this is only operating on the first pivot table. If I click, only the pivot table, the first one will react, because while I was creating the first slicer, I pointed to the first pivot table. All right. So you can say, okay, let me now generalize the pivot table to all other no, the slicer to all the other pivot tables. So when you click on the slicer, you are going to see that green menu for slicers. Click here and we'll go towards the left hand side. So now you can be able to connect it to pivot table 1, pivot table 2, pivot table. Yeah. So you see pivot table 1, 2. This is because you have pivot table name and then by sheet. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now if I click on Q1, for instance, now it can now affect all the other plots. You see the graph here has changed. This is for Q1. If I do Q2, so now the question is, how can I choose 2 quarters if I want to see information for quarter 1 and 2 combined? You see, this one helps you to have multiple choice, multiple select. You click on it. Now you can click on 1 and 2. So this is a visual for quarter 1 and quarter 2. If you want to add for up to quarter 3, it's up to you. Okay. Yeah. And beside slicers, we also have other things. So if I go to pivots again, let me just point to one of them and go to pivot table analyze. I can insert what we call a timeline. So a timeline is just like a slicer for dates. So as you see, only dates are appearing. So the variable date, as you can see, if you choose this or this, they are the same because we created a link between them. So let me just take the one that is from the calendar. Yeah. Now you see, this is like a what we call I don't know if it is a slider. Yeah, it's a slider, and this could also be part of the dashboard, so that you might say, okay, let me just check for January, or from January to February, which is quarter 1 again, or I can just say January and February only. If I choose quarter 1, but for January and February only, I can do things like that, and you can unselect whenever you want. If you unselect, means that you have chosen the whole year. Okay, so you can click on top here, cut it, and move it to the dashboard. Yeah, and you can put it here and paste everything. Yeah, this could also come as a visual. Yeah. Now, how do I connect it to? It's the same as slicers. So how do you connect it? I can connect it to all those pivot tables. Okay. So if it's the slicer, you see slicer here. If it's a timeline, you see timeline. So yeah. So let me, for instance, unselect quarters, and I just need data for January. January 2024. So this is only data for January 2024. Okay. If I want for December, I can just click on December and see how things are moving. Yeah. So if you are a businessman, you can just say, okay, what was the amount I got, for the category of lighting, in June 2024. Yeah, it was around 4,000 USD. Oh, okay. Well, how about March? In March, it was around 6,978. See, so you can monitor everything, and it can even trigger. You'll be like, I know that in March I ordered this amount of products, and or maybe this amount of product that was bringing me more money was scarce, and so and so. Data is speaking to you, and you can also speak to data. You have a discussion. You speak to the data speaks to you, and you take decisions. This how data helps in policy making, business running, everything we do every day. It can even analyze things you do in your household, like why not? If I buy this amount of carrots and the blah blah blah, will I save money? Yeah, you can collect data in your household and analyze. Yes, please.
I'm sorry, I was stuck
Mm-hmm.
on the timeline. I didn't get it.
Oh, timeline. If you want to insert a timeline, is the same as you go to the pivots.
Yes.
You access one of the pivots, and then you can click on this pivot table analyze. Then where insert slicer is underneath. You have what? Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
mm,
Thank you.
you're welcome, sir. Yeah. So I can also add another slicer here if I want. So let me say, let me add product category. Let me add categories. Yes, please, Alicho. Alibacho.
Yes, sir. Can you give us an example for the use of that filter just above category row and score? You
Which
go
one?
back. You go back to the pivot table.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see any example about the use of that filter.
The column.
No,
Yeah, it will come.
before.
It will come.
What is the use of this
Okay.
one?
The use of this one, sometimes when you want to use this as color, you have this and this by colored by. The column can help. I can make an example right now.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So let me click somewhere here and then I say insert. All right. And then I can put it here and say, okay, let me bring dates. All right. Let me bring dates somewhere here. Yeah. So I have January, February, and now I want to know next the amount of orders, or maybe the net by country. So I can put the net here, right? And now next thing, you go and bring maybe country or any other category. So I can say the category of products just to compare which category of product is giving me more money. You see, this is a matrix. Okay. Now you may also decide to have that way of formatting. If you double click here, no, not double click. You can just do this and go to home, and yeah, instead of having general, you can go to custom. So number format, custom, and then you take our custom way of formatting. So this one, and you say okay. So now you have things in terms of KKK to just save space when you want to bring data labels onto your graphic. Now I can click. I can now bring take this and bring a chart from this. So when you bring a chart, you see how things are. So I can say, okay, bring give me a line plot so that I can have a comparison. So that column will now give me, each color will be a certain thing. You see. So you can put male and female somewhere to say, okay, income by male and female over time, things like that. Does it answer the question, Mr. Alibacho?
Yeah. What about the use of that filter? Just before the column, there is
Which
a
one?
sign for
This one?
that one. Yeah.
This is just like but we don't use it that much. It is just creating a filter. Let me So if I take any other variable like a quarter, if I take any variable and put it here, okay, now I can be able to for this particular graphic, I can say, okay, for quarter, should I consider all, or I consider any specific, you know? Yeah, that's it. You can say
Okay.
select multiple, and then you can unselect quarter one, and then you just that will
All right.
be this, only that. Okay, but you have that possibility here, even though you are hiding it. It is already here. Okay,
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
you're welcome. But since you have slices, I think filters are not meaningful in our analysis. So let's drop unnecessary things like this, and I can cut this, Control X, and move it to my dashboard again, and so and so. So guys, basically this is what we are supposed to do when it comes to build dashboards. I think even if I stop here, we already uh, I have more tricks, more more things to links, which are very cool. So I'm going to take again. I'm going to design, and yeah, this design may, yeah, it's good. So if you want to bring numbers on top, you can just click. If you click like this, yeah, is it necessary? Yeah, even when you hover, you can already see information. It's not a must to always have like numbers on top. Then you can see that this one, if you select a design, sometimes you don't have the graph title. So you can just click on this plus and bring an information that you want to, yeah, like this one. Where is title? Yeah, chart title. So you can bring the chart title and be able to, yeah. So sales or maybe net amount over time. By what? By product category. Yeah. So here it is. Yeah. So imagine something and come up with the visual and link it to slicers, and yeah, that's it. So imagine any scenario, and that can make you understand your data fully. Yeah, that's it. Then why did I add main here? So main, you can decide to, have some sort of menu for your dashboard. So you can say, let me transform this area as, you can make it as a menu. You can say, okay, sorry. So you can say, you can merge things like this and say, you can call it useful links, or just links. Okay, links. So just to show you how to use centered horizontally, and can add more font like this. If you want, you can fill, add any information that you find useful. So yeah. Then you can say this one is, you can say link to the dashboard. Yeah, imagine your design. Then you can put the link somewhere here. So how do we add the to your dashboard? And then you say, okay, pivots. So the link is somewhere here. And also the last one, you can say data source. So you can put this last one here. So if you double click, just add the link. So how do we add links? Let me, I can say these ones, I can transform them. Yeah. So sometimes people don't want to have like those lines, those guidelines. You can just say, okay, let me go to view, okay, and then you will see grid line. You just remove them. It will be just like a word blank page. Then you can highlight everything like this and go to home. Once you are at home, you can just take this one outside and that's it. You have yourself something that looks like this. Hmm. Or this one could be called main menu if you want. Probably reduce a bit. Century Gothic. Even here, why not Century Gothic? Yeah. And now, how do we turn this? Like, if you click on this link, it takes you to the dashboard. How do we do that? You just click on that link like this, and you go to insert. And under insert, when you go to the left, you are going to see links. So you can insert a link. And now you see, even for the data source, directly you take where the data is coming from. But we are in the dashboard like this. This is my dashboard, data viz. But now, how can I locate things that are inside data viz? So you have that bookmark. You click on the bookmark. Once you click on the bookmark, now it is bringing worksheets. So the dashboard is here. So I just say that, yeah, for this link, choose dashboards under data viz. So okay, and then I can say okay. Now it becomes a link. Okay, I can do now. If I click on this link, now I'm in the dashboard. Okay, you may decide to also add another link here, and then you go to home, merge, and say you can call it menu. Means that if I click again, I'm going back to menu. All right. So alignment horizontally, and then you can increase up to maybe 16. Is that okay? Yeah. Then you click on the menu, same process, insert. After insert link, then insert. You are still in data viz, bookmark, and now you go to main. Okay. And okay. So if I click on this button, it takes me to the main menu. If I'm in the main menu, I click here, I go back to the dashboard. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So Excel is powerful. It's really good. I like the way things are so simple, you know. But if you use programming languages, you will have like days of coding to just create a button. Just kidding. Yeah. All right. So, so now if I want to go to pivots, same process. I go to insert link and insert a link. I take database bookmark and pivots. Okay. And okay. And okay. For the data source, now you just take the entire Excel file as data source. You can just click OK. Now, if I click on this link that I just created, it is going to open the data source. Okay. Now it is the data source that is automatically opened. You see, from this unformatted, bushy or messy data, you are able to get yeah, a nice dashboard like this one. Yeah. So one last thing. Yeah, I think I can even finish in 30 minutes, and in the last hour we can maybe say, okay, let's give ourselves 1 hour to build dashboards ourselves, and then people will be presenting their dashboards. Why not? Because I don't have any other thing in my basket. So one other thing was to show you something. Like if you are those DAX formulas, DAX, which is data analytics. I don't know if I write it well. Expressions, yeah. So yeah, so DAX is data analysis or analytics. I don't know, expressions for Excel. So instead of dragging and dropping and then having things like this, you may see things, yeah, imagine things differently. So you go to insert a pivot table. So when you insert, click OK. All right. Once you have that, so let's say I want to have things by month. Okay. If I say month, so I have the January, February. So I have data by month only. All right. And now for the values, I'm not going to drag and drop something. You know, the things that will appear here, I will calculate them using DAX. All right. So what we do is, I think if you click on pivot, power pivot, instead of manage, you see something we call measures. Okay. Click on measures, and then you are going to say new measure. So this is where you can write now those DAX formulas that will create new things for you. Okay. So the new I'm going to call it total amount, something like that. Okay. Or total net amount. And you can even give it a description. This this measure calculate, this is to calculate the total amount per cells given any categorical variable. So you just use the formulas that are in Excel. You know, you have some, you can even have some X. You can have the summarized columns and so and so. So let me just choose a simple one. So sum, Now there's nothing that is even complicated. Some of what about the first day when we were converting a range of data into tables. This is exactly what you know. Okay, so sales. So if I say sales, now which column of sales is the column of net amount? I double click on it and I can just close. So it does exactly what you know. All right. You see, yeah. So that's it. If you want to maybe have counts, I'm just going to show you like two formulas. So this is the net amount. You may even decide to change thing that you always see. You can change the number format and yeah, take the custom one. So the custom you had lately and okay. Yeah. Yeah. You can decide to define another measure. So new measure again, and then you can call it number of cells, okay, or number of orders or total orders. So here is now instead of you may even decide to not write any descriptive. You can say, okay, this is the so to have total counts, you can just say distinct count, which is distinct count, and then from cells choose the order IDs. Okay, and that will bring counts. So is it a number? So if it is a number, if it is a decimal number, we also decide to reduce the number of decimals. So if it is reaching up to like thousands, you can also use the big Mac to have like a thousand separator. So this also brings an additional, yeah. So this because I could have set it into I could have changed it into 0 instead of 2, but you can still highlight and then go to home and reduce yeah, and then you have it as a whole number. So those are the informations. This can also be turned into another visual and so and so. All right. So in general, regions, 83K, irrespective of regions, every regions combined, I have 83K for a total number of orders which has reached like 98 and so and so. Yeah, this could be turned into a visual and so and so. Okay, you can do a combo if you want. So let me add 2 lines. So total amount, this is just like a repetition of what I already had, but this time this is for months. So total amount, total order should be on the could be on the second axis, and then first axis is for what for the total net amount, and I just have to click OK. Yeah, and there's also a nice thing you see. If if I don't want to go back and to look for how I should format this combo plot, I know I have one already here. I have one somewhere here. So I can just say, okay, right click and save it as a template. All right, so I'm going to save it as a template, and I'm going to call it combo. Mhm. Now I can just decide, okay, let this visual be turned into like I can just change the type. Where? No. Instead of building it, let me delete. I can just say, okay, this one I can insert. Go to insert, and now instead of inserting a fresh, you can say, let me insert from a template. I don't see it here. No, please, it's here, and then I can, yeah. If you click on chart, pivot charts like this, now you have a list of things, so you can insert from a template. So those are the templates that I saved so far. So you can take this combo, okay? And if you take this combo, now what is coming is, formatted the way you saved your combo chart. And now you can decide to now, instead of having, if you are okay with this visual, you can maintain it, but you can decide to say, okay, let me modify it a little bit. Yeah, so you can right click and say, let me change the type. And now instead of clustered column, you can say, okay, let this one be a line, and also this one also be a line. Okay, things like this. Or you can say line with dots, and also line with dots. It's up to you. And you click on OK. Now you have things like this. All right. Yeah. If those numbers, if you don't want those numbers, you can just delete them. Now you have, and this one could be also another. You can save it as a template again. Combo, and then for line plot only, combo line. So instead of repeating things, instead of repeating things over and over, so I can cut this and then push it to my dashboard. Yeah. Any questions so far? I know that yeah, people may be tired, and probably is Fiona in the room? Fiona, how far? Yeah, Janap.
So I've managed just to that old DAX,
Uh-huh.
the DAX trades, yes.
Yeah.
I managed to create the total orders, but the other one I didn't get
Yeah, I can
the,
repeat.
the formula of the first one.
Yeah, I can repeat. The difference is instead of summing, you just use the distance, count distance, and then that's it. Okay. So let me repeat. So for this one, if you want to add, I can just I can just edit this column. Let me delete this. No, not delete. Okay, let me add something else like an information. So I can just be here and go to power pivot. Then you see measures, new measure, and you can say count or number of orders. I'm just giving a new name so that you see that it is the same thing. So it's just distinct count of, so the table cells, and the variable is just order ID. So it is a number, and then I reduce the number of, since it is a full number, so decimal number 0, and then I can use 1000 separator. And then okay. Now we have the same information, but now this is going to add another another line to our plot, but it should not be visible. Yeah, now it has messed. No, now our plot is reacting differently because it doesn't understand. You know, from the template, we only have three variables like month, or the categorical variable, then two numerical variable. Now it is up to up to 4, then it is not understanding it. So what I'm going to do is just a Control Z. If I do a Control Z of Control Z doesn't work. Let me do this. I can manage measures and just delete whether it should work. The number of orders, I can just delete it. And yeah, and then if I go back to my, oh, it's not reacting the way I want. Okay, then I can just delete this one, go back and insert a chart. Luckily I saved it as a template, so I can just say combo lines, and this will bring it back to life. Yeah, and then I can cut it, Control X, and push it back to my dashboard. Yeah, you know how to connect clickables, like how to define those clickables or filters, if you, I might call them like that, slicers, and you know, so that your dashboard will not remain static. Yeah. Please allow me to plug. I forgot to charge my computer. So meanwhile, if you have any question, please ask. So I think the remaining time we are going to do some exercise. So you can work, and I will be online. If you encounter any problem, or if you want to do something and you don't know how to do it, you can still open your microphone and say something, and then you can. I can create examples. You know, this is how my courses are. We are like having a discussion. Anything comes from the discussion. So if tomorrow you ask me to build a dashboard, I will build another one different from this one. and so and so. Yeah. Any question or anything that I should redo? Hello. So if there is nothing else, yeah. So I told you that you may want things to look like, yeah, Gael.
There's someone who wrote a question yesterday.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. He asked about there's some dashboard which has some kind of maps. So since we are dealing with countries, so is it possible to make it here
Yeah,
in
sure,
Excel?
sure. Good point. Yeah. So let's put the map here. So I'm going to the, where is it? Can I find it from here now? Let me go to this dashboard and locate where we dealt with countries, right? So imagine you have this scenario, okay? I may decide to turn this one into a map. So just go to insert. So maps are also coming from this. You see a map here. It's a visual. So just click on map. Yeah, it may not appear because you can't create select. Okay, what does it say? So if I select like this, then I go to this map, doesn't work. So I think for the maps, sometimes you need extra a number of things. You see, it doesn't work. Maybe it may require coordinates or yeah. I think here it's difficult. It's a bit difficult, but with Power BI, it's just straightforward. It detects. It has the ability to detect, like if there are proper country names, it is detected, and then you can directly have those pinpoints right in the map with the country names and so on. So the whole Africa will appear, and then you will see pinpoints on that. Yeah, but here, as you can see, we don't see. Unless I'm doing it wrongly. Yeah. And yesterday I think it is Jonap. Jonap told me that now if I want to move my plots or my charts into a Word document rather than building a dashboard. So I think I did it on the first day. So you can just choose like one plot or several like this. Just Control C, and then you open a Word document. So you can open your Word document like this. All right. So you can create yeah. So report on sales in 2024, and then you can just paste it. Yeah. Now while you are pasting, it is taking sometimes since it's a Microsoft product also what if you make any change over there, it should also affect your dashboard. So let's say I did it last time, it didn't work. Like let me perhaps, and filter out those blanks. I'm just testing. It may fail again. So it means that in the dashboard, I don't have now the blanks. And since this is the graph I copied to Word, now yeah, it has affected also the Word document. So they are linked. Okay. But now in the pasting, you may decide to paste as an image. Like if you copy, so let me say, let me put back the blanks, and now I copy. Sorry, I come back to copy this same graph. So any change, blank is back in the Word document. So now if I right click and paste the figure as, so you can see this, paste as a picture. So it means that now this is a picture. Whatever I will be doing with the graphic, whatever I'll be doing, there won't be any change. So now if I go back to the Excel file and unfilter blank, so one is an image, another one is, so it means that it doesn't automatically, blank disappeared in the dynamic plot, but here it is a picture. So yeah, means that when you have your plot or your chart in Excel, you can still write your report. Write your report, and you don't care at all about if I make any change in the dashboard, will it not affect? Yeah, the changes are seen directly also in the Word document. So they are completely linked. Okay, even if they are saved in different folders, they are linked. Okay, right. So this is it. Yeah, you can right click and add a caption. Yeah, this is no longer an Excel course, but we are going to cover the entire Microsoft tools. So you can say this is my figure one. Maybe you didn't know about it. This is the figure one, and I can add in my report list of figures. The list of figures I go to reference. Maybe some of you know about it, some don't know. So I can insert the table of figures, and you just say, okay, let me insert. Okay. So as you add figures, it means that this figure is on page one. So even if I move it to another page, insert break, now, and then I come back to reload, upload field. Now it has moved to page two. So yeah, dynamic things. The same as even adding like a table of contents automatically. But nowadays with AI, no one wants to learn all those things. It's just useless. So you can go to reference and then I add a table of contents. Before people, when they write their thesis, they will be like, yeah, this one is on page one. And then tomorrow you change the page, you come back, and then you'll be like, okay, let me put it, now it is page five. That struggle is no longer there. Yeah. So I encourage you to check on AI. I may have lied in one of my statements. I don't know everything. You can use AI even I was sometimes Googling to get a formula and so and so. Use AI to have things done. Yes, Benjamin, you want to add on something? Mm, 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 mhm, mhm, Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So just a simple plot. You can say a chart. Now I have a list of grades from my students' performance, and I want you to write a formula to categorize them as follows, something like that. So if num so you can say between 0 and the 60, this is it's you can say this is yeah. Now even AI can understand mathematics, so you can say between 0 and 60. So it means that 60 is not included. Okay, so you flag it as a fail. Okay, and now between 60 to 70, you can say this one. I'm just writing things. AI, you write anyhow. AI will arrange it for you. This one is a pass. And between 70 to 80, you can say this is no. Maybe I'm doing things wrong. So you can say, okay, you can say below 60, it's a fail. Okay, from 60 to maybe 70. So 70 excluded. You see, it's a pass, and from 70 to 85, you can say good pass, and above above 85, it's distinction. So give me working Excel formula. Yeah, you see, the formula I wrote on the same day is here. You don't have to cram anything. You see. Now, if I take the formula the way it is, and then I go to Excel, let me just create a worksheet here, and I can just say run between, and then I can say between 0 and 100, and then just drag and drop like this. So one thing I do, I go to formula, and then I just paste the formula. You see, double click. Oh, is it a fail everywhere? Okay. The reason why the formula is failing is that it's not pointing on the right variable. So where I should normally do the run in is not there. So let me start over. So it assumes that the first number is from A2. So I'm just going to copy, to cut like this and paste it here. Bam. not that again. So let me delete and chart. Bring me back my formula. Let me go to chart. So I think A2, I have to delete even this one. Yeah, so I can call this one grades. And what chat GPT is giving me is, so for me to not have something repeated, not repeated, like changing, I can copy and paste as value. Now I can bring my formula to have things done. So I can just go and copy. So chat will give you, chat assumes that it is starting from A2. So you should know where to paste your formula. So I just double click here and paste. Tac. Now 3 is obviously a fail if I double click. Now I have things. So this is the category. Yeah. Mhm. And that's it. You can even say what is the number of people that got, what is the number in between categories. You can just insert a power, not from a model, just a simple one, and then just even put it here in the page. What's going on? Existing, yeah. Sorry, I did it wrongly. So insert from a range. It is this range and existing, and just here. So I want to have the statistics. How many people by category? So I can just take the category, push it to rows or column, Ali Bechao, and then you can now take categories again and push them to value. So it will count. Yeah, or I can put them into rows like this. And if you want, you can do right click, sort from smallest to biggest. And this could be also a visual. So as always, you can come up with a visual. Yeah. I think there's nothing else we can tell you apart from this. ChatGPT is there, ready to write any formula. Complex ones, from easy to write formulas to complex ones. This is just an if statement. Mm? And you can say, okay, I wanted to sum something like I have numbers 20, 70, and then I have, this is like a missing value. Sorry, I don't know where to locate the hashtag. Yeah, found it. Yeah, these are missing value. I want to sum them. You know, if I click on the auto sum, I want to sum them. But the problem is I don't find, yeah, I don't know. It is not summing. So you'll be like, what is that function that sums by excluding missing values? So you can go to chat and say, I want to sum a range of values by excluding missing information, missing values. What's the right formula? This is even so long. You can even be more specific. Maybe I'm too talkative as compared to. So yeah. So now it is bringing some if. You may use some if. You may use. Yeah. So let's try this one. If I use some if, and then the condition should be greater than 0. Will it work? This is how we do things. So it is equal to sum if, and then this range, and condition should be greater than 0. Sorry, my keyboard. Yeah, see, it has worked. So yeah, with AI today, yeah, there's no excuse. If a work is to be done, it should be done. So yeah, colleagues, I hope yeah, we still have 1 hour, but honestly, we can give this time to ourselves to prepare for the capstone project. So Benjamin, don't know what do you think about that? I think we can stop here today and even. Yeah. So colleagues, everyone is tired. I'm very sure. Mm, mhm, mhm, mm, mhm. Yeah. Mm, mhm, yeah. Mm, mm. Is the CEO online? He's not around. Okay, okay. So, mm, mm, mm. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy to be part of this training, and yeah, when you are a trainer, you not only train, you also learn, you update your skills. So I also learned as well. I learned so many things, and to be able to answer your questions, yeah, I answered tough ones. This because I got prepared. I was out having also like some sleepless nights, so that you get a good product. Data plus, I'm learning every day. Thank you for the opportunity. Yeah, as Benjamin says, you'll receive the capstone project maybe from tomorrow. That will give you even more ideas. Yeah, give you uh, room to go and search for more. Yeah, as a trainer, I'll just show a little path, and then you can follow it to do more stuff. Now the Excel you know today is not the one you knew before. So it's another, it's advanced as, and this is even middle advanced. When people will be talking about VBA, VBA to create even forms that forms that look like Google Forms to receive data and have a dashboard, even run a shop by that form. If someone bought like a soda, you just record it, it goes to the database. It's more advanced again, and then I know that from here you can discover things by yourself. And yeah, thank you very much again for your patience and your attention.